What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy back with another video, and today we have another special one. Y'all wanted the Pro Series analyzation back. You guys want players, you want teams, but today we got a team video. We got the #1 NA team going into the major. Sorry about my bed. I'm actually packing to go to the major. I have a flight tomorrow, but I want to get this video done real quick. But we are watching FaZe. We're going to be spectating 2 games versus 2 other top North American teams on Complexity, and as you can see, Gen G, and we're just going to do a little analyzation. Let me turn the volume down. I'm just going to kind of watch the replay and show y'all what I noticed, as well as my experience of playing FaZe Clan and what makes them so good right now. But yeah, let's get into it. At this point, this is Regional 2, and we are watching Miss POV. Regional 2, this is when Gen G's made 6 straight finals or something like that, 5, 6, and they're just, Gen G's clear #1 in the world, and no one's really NA-wise has figured them out right off the rip. We got some crazy plays. And I'll get back into this later in the video, but right off the rip, FaZe establishes pressure. Nolly kind of gives the ball away because Gen G's most likely low boost, right? So he tries to hit the ball as high as he can, float it, loft it, so that way they can get boost, regroup, reset. And FaZe does a good job of, you know, establishing a passing play, and then after here it's just all mechanics and great play. But yeah, so just to be honest, like, FaZe has always been a team that's been on the aggressive side of the ball, super fast, super mechanical, but just lately they used to struggle with, you know, being more team oriented, I would say. Like, I think a lot of times they would rely, as well as First Killer would try and do everything, which could work at times, but never could give them consistent success. And I think lately they've really figured out a team play style where they get everyone more involved all of the time instead of just here and there. So yeah, they're super fast, they're super like in sync with each other, and they go for a lot of demos too. So it makes it really tough when the team's playing at a super fast pace and you're also dead, so it feels like you're playing a man down a lot of the time, right? So yeah, those are some things that make FaZe good. And if you just like watch, you'll be able to tell the pace they play at, as well as just how coordinated they are with their challenges, their follow-ups, their passes, and yeah. Like, they'll never take the ball, like right there. Miss could have easily taken this ball, right? You could just take this ball and take a 50-50 with Nolly, but Sip has a better angle to come at it and try and get a beat over Nolly, which that beat would just equal pressure for FaZe. And let's see if it happens. Boom, there's the beat, and now it puts Gen G in the defensive end. So Miss could have taken that ball, right, and just taken a 50 or not had as much success. But there's a bump like I was talking about. But that little, like, just the coordination for allowing Sip to take that ball leads to this, what we're seeing now, the defensive string of pressure. And yeah, see, good little play, even though it doesn't, oh wow, he actually does beat him. That was surprising. Oh, again, they just had pressure the entire time. They're staying aggressive. Gen G's struggling keeping control of the ball. So because of it, FaZe just gets to kind of have free roam of the field, do whatever play they want, like passing, just shooting on target. Like, Gen G doesn't know what they're gonna do, so they have to play as the safer option. So they might, because of them playing the safer option or being a little bit more careful, they're a little bit, as you can say, maybe they're more passive, which just allows FaZe to create more options and create more threats and just slowly break down the defense until that one crucial mistake comes out, which just allows, you know, FaZe to capitalize. Look at this little drop down, great play. See, again, Chronic low boost, Nolly's looking for boost. FaZe is free control of the midfield. Instead of just shooting and give the ball back, they're good positioning, good communication. Set up a little drop down play. First, really smart to just take a 50 instead of going for a beat. Another 50, and we're just, the constant pressure doesn't stop. So the pressure's just been keeping on, right? Just same old, same old. They get it, Sip gets a beat, Miss goes for a touch, and this turns out to be super lucky, to be honest. I can tell you for a fact he didn't mean to do that. But, you know, eventually they're going to score, right? It was only inevitable. So it's not like they didn't deserve that goal. They deserved it. It just happened to come off a crazy peak lucky touch. But it's just, this whole game has been 3 minutes. Probably out of the 3 minutes been played, have been 2.5 minutes of FaZe pressure, you know? Yeah, I definitely think that FaZe has figured something out with actually being more team-oriented. Because I do think that they've always had this potential. They just never played as a team. And I think people are noticing that now. I think First has really turned into more of a team player, and it's created more success. I mean, it's just, you know, it's one of those solutions that I think people saw, like, yeah, it just adds up, and then they put in the work, they did it, and it's, everyone could have predicted it. And then you just got the mechanics, I can hit stuff like this again. Good 50 by first. They have so much space. Gen G just they're kind of just confused, and they just overcommit, make a bad play. They're just kind of not themselves. And then first, this is just the mechanics part. Great shot. Just clinical. Here's the chase. Even though he doesn't get anything, Gen G still has to be aware of it. You know, they can't really push up or maybe they can't position how they want, because they have to be aware of someone demoing them, because if they just don't really think in the back of their head where the opponents are, then they'll just get demoed and just open up more space for FaZe. And yeah, let's go back to this play, because after this we'll skip, because we've seen the gist of this game, and basically you'll see what happens. It'll be the same for the rest of this game, right? So good challenge, grab the boost, they're starved. Sip with a really good first touch. Let's go to Sip's POV. So Sip could just like take a 50 here, right? But he gets the beat. It's a crazy good spot off corner, because Chronic and Nolly both think he has the shot, or they have to play it. But Sip doesn't even read it. But it's still in such a good position where it's more towards mid and not towards the net, that they can just easily fake this, and then Gen G's just kind of stuck. There's not much they can do at all, right? So it's just domination. I think this is a lot of what FaZe's game plan is versus Gen G in the last 2 times they beat them. And I think a lot of teams probably going to use this to play Gen G and try and not just carbon copy, right, but steal from it for sure. Because obviously it's like any sport. If someone's the best, you're going to steal from them. Or if someone learns how to beat them, you're going to try and take their tactics and form them in your own and capitalize. Alright, and here we go into the second game versus Complexity. We're on first killer POV. Now this is actually the 3rd regional before the major, so the most recent regional, and this is the semifinals. I'd probably say that there's definitely the top 4 teams going into the major are FaZe, Gen G, us, and Complexity. I Dig obviously made the major, but I don't really think I can put them in the same tier as those other teams I just mentioned. But I do think Complexity is honestly super good, super coordinated. They've improved so much the past split. I'm happy for them, and I think that seeing this replay is going to show maybe some difference that the Gen G ones won't show. Maybe they'll be a little bit more passive FaZe. Maybe they'll allow Complexity to overcommit. So we'll see. Right off the rip, just playing with pace, playing with speed, creates an opportunity right there. Now FaZe might get to keep pressure, because this playmaking from first drives 2 out, right? So CR and Raze both go, I believe. Yep. So that even though they don't score, the speed and the pace of the play just causes 2 to commit, and you know, this is when the pressure starts. So right off the rip, everyone's scrambling on Complexity. First does a good job to maintain composure. Good challenge by AGG. That's one of those challenges that just can get you out of defense, or just stall enough time to where you can respawn, regain, get your, get better position, I should say. FaZe did everything right. It was just a super good challenge by AGG. Obviously, if you're hindsight, you could go. First killer could have just beat him. Maybe done just a 1 touch over him. Right, that's just hindsight. Everything in hindsight you could have done different. Good challenge. Now they're going to go look for the demos like we saw versus Gen G again. I was saying earlier in the video, FaZe's gone way more physical. Obviously, everyone has throughout the new meta, and it's really annoying to play against, but it's something you have to do. And yeah, but like here's something slight that no one will ever recognize. So first, reivew, this demo by first is really good, right? His team has possession, so he's free to go chase. Takes reivew out of the play. So now this entire side of the field is open. Let's go to the fly cam for a little bit. Can we do this? So look at this. This entire side of the field is open. Now Sip, unfortunately, his air dribble kind of takes him to the mid where AGG is, but he still gets that beat. That beat is crucial, because if it's a 50, then it's just a miss in a 2v1. And first is already on their side. But instead, he gets the beat, so CR is forced to make this play. First does a good job of cutting and misses perfectly positioned to follow it up. So again, it's just the little things like that, like a simple beat, a simple follow-up, a kill. It's all these, I guess, like gears that you can say create a machine. It's a crazy analogy, but it's all these little things that add up, that create a play or create a possession that turn into a goal or turn into a win, if you want to look at it more broad. It's just crazy how Rocket League's evolved, to be honest. Like, in my previous series of doing the pro, crazy play right there. Just simple, speed, mid pass, nothing too complicated, just super well executed. But as I was saying, it's crazy how like we could see the same thing if I did this pro analyzation of a team like BDS a year ago or FaZe from a year ago, but the little things are so much more. It's just so much more in detail, like how fewer mistakes you can make, like how much more crucial a single touch can be. And yeah, because before you'd be the general broad, like, okay, this seems more defensive, this team bumps a lot, but now it's like, okay, these little touches, these 50s, these rotations, they all add up, right? So it's pretty crazy to see how far Rocket League has come. And again, good job by first to let Sip take. Sip has no boost, so just might as well let him take the 50, right? Because if first takes it from him, Sip's gonna be stuck with 0 boost in no man's land, and first is gonna have to make a crazy play to just escape. Now let's see how they concede. So good play by Complexity. First, obviously hindsight, but not a great challenge, and Sip not a great touch. Missed his game, bumped by reivew, so he used to pre-jump, and then it's a tough read. So yeah. Good job by Complexity executing, and just some simple misplays by FaZe, but super obviously if they're looking at their VOD, it would be super easy to not let that goalie go in. But again, if you're just they get it right back. Okay, what a save by CR. One of the not better feelings is, but like when you concede in Rocket League, I feel like a lot of the times teams are either on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, but either goals you concede are super easy to, fix and not let happen again, or they're on the other side where it's just there's nothing you can do. If you're playing well enough to where every goal is fixable, that means you're in a good spot. It means you got potential, and you're right there. But if there's goals you just can't do anything about conceding, that means you're probably not playing too well. You're not really you're not playing the greatest as a unit. Now here's the play. So here's the thing. You remember a couple minutes ago I was talking about how Sip first just let Sip have the ball, and this is the same play, and Sip just took a 50. So Miss probably has no boost here. Let's check. Yep, I'm super smart. No, I'm trolling. But first just takes the ball off him, right? But now if he doesn't get a clear beat, then it makes defense super awkward, and then Complexity gets that pressure. So there you go. They don't have pressure, or he doesn't get a clean beat, and now FaZe is just scrambling out defense. That's really a triple commit, to be honest. And look how close it got them to a goal. Like, they probably should have scored here. That's what I was saying. Like, that play earlier, like those little differences go from FaZe being not clinical on defense, but not being panicked, to FaZe literally being centimeters off getting scored on and being down 2-1 with less than a minute to go, right? Just little things like that. Obviously, in the moment, it's tough, and I don't think it was a bad play. It's just, it is risky because whoever that person is taking the ball with 0 boost has to get those beats. We see the chase play go in again. Really good demo that opens up the entire field. And boom, just like one demo creates all this pressure, or not creates all this pressure, but allows FaZe to, just stand. Sip getting 2 beats. Unfortunately, the corner got bumped because it probably would have been a goal if he wasn't going to get bumped. Good chase again. OT. Sip by the kickoff. FaZe is really good with kickoffs. They always usually get possession first. Good demo. Oh wait, Sip actually died. Oh my god. That would be almost unlucky. CR with a big whiff. And then I think this is probably just going to turn into FaZe pressure. There's the mechanics that you got to watch out for. Almost a goal. Just all their chances, like the mechanics allow them to have super threatening chances almost out of nothing. Just like that again. But yeah. Like when you just have the mechanics as well as the team-oriented play, like offense-wise, it's just a double threat. And then if you add demos on top of it and just everything simple, just creates easy game. That probably should have been a goal right there. It turns to be a goal anyway. But yeah, as you can see, I think that was two pretty good replays because it showed you guys a wide difference of like the opponents they're playing against, and that was enjoyable for me. So if you guys want to see any other teams, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to get the sub count going again, road to 50K, and yeah, peace.